Hello everyone, I'm Amir and you're watching the Sunny Amir channel. I live in Krasnodar, a city in the south of Russia. Today is a special day, Easter, and of course we'll celebrate it together. In this video you'll see how people in Russia celebrate this holiday. We'll call eggs and cook Kulich, a traditional Russian Easter bread. I'll also show you the beautiful blossom in Krasnodar. But first breakfast, so let's go! Today for breakfast I have a fresh green smoothie and sandwiches with avocado and eggs. Everything is so delicious, I really love it. Let's go for a walk and enjoy the spring. Now we are walking in a quite low-rise district of Krasnodar. There is so much nature here. I really love the yellow forsythia bushes. What about you? Nature has always been one of the quietest yet strongest sources of inspiration in our lives. It doesn't speak in words, but somehow it manages to say everything that truly matters. When we walk through a forest or even just a small park in the city, something inside us begins to slow down. Thoughts become clearer, breathing becomes deeper, and for a moment we remember that we are part of something much larger and older than our everyday worries. Nature doesn't rush, yet everything is always changing. Flowers bloom, leaves fall, seasons replace each other, and still life continues in perfect harmony. There is a quiet wisdom in this rhythm. It reminds us that growth doesn't have to be fast to be meaningful. Perhaps this is why nature inspires artists and writers. It doesn't demand attention, it simply exists. And in doing so, it opens space for reflection. A blooming tree can feel like a painting. The wind through the branches can feel like music. Even silence in nature feels alive. And maybe inspiration is not something we need to chase. Maybe it is something we return to. Something that has always been around us, waiting patiently in the shape of trees, skies and light. So when we lost or empty sometimes, the best answer is not to look farther but to simply step outside and listen. It's only April, but it's already so green outside. Many great writers throughout history found their deepest inspiration not in cities but in nature. There is something about quiet landscape, open skies and the rhythm of the natural world that helps thoughts become clearer and the imagination more alive. For example, Tove Jansson, the author of the Moomin stories, spent many summers on a small island in the Baltic Sea. Life there was simple and close to nature. The sea, the wind and the rocks around her became part of her inner world, and you can feel this peaceful isolation in her stories. J.R.R. Tolkien, the creator of Middle-earth, also found inspiration in natural landscapes. He lived in rural England, surrounded by hills, forests, and quiet countryside. These places shaped the forests, rivers, and vast lands that appear in his imaginary worlds. And Lev Tolstoy, one of the greatest Russian writers, often lived in his estate in the countryside. He believed that simple rural life brought him closer to truth and helped him understand people and life more deeply. It seems that nature gives writers something more than just beauty. It gives them space to think, to feel and to create words that stay with us long after we read them. Maybe that is why even today, when life becomes too noisy, we still return to nature, looking for the same silence that once inspired great stories. Now we're in a high-rise district, but even here there is nature. This place is close to where I live. Cities are often seen as places of concrete, noise and constant movement. Skyscrapers rise, streets are filled with traffic, and life seems to move too fast to notice anything small. But even in the middle of all this, there is something quietly powerful that changes the atmosphere of a city: small gardens. A small garden does not look impressive at first glance. It may be just a few trees between buildings, a narrow patch of grass, or a backyard filled with flowers. But its impact is much bigger than its size. These small green spaces bring balance to the heavy rhythm of urban life. They soften the sharp lines of concrete and glass. They add color where there is mostly gray. And perhaps the most importantly, they give people a place to pause. In a busy city, even a few minutes spent near trees or flowers can change how we feel. The sound of leaves, the smell of plants, the sight of something living and growing. All of this reminds us that nature has not disappeared, even if it feels far away. Small gardens also change how we see our surroundings. A street that once felt cold and lifeless can suddenly feel warm and welcoming because of a few plants or a small park. They don't just decorate cities, they transform them emotionally. There is also something deeply human about these spaces. They are often created and cared for by ordinary people, but not large systems. A neighbor planting flowers, a community taking care of a courtyard, children playing near a tree. All of this shows that nature in cities is not separate from people. It is something shared. And maybe this is the real beauty of small gardens. They remind us that even in large complex cities, life does not have to be overwhelming. There is always space for calm, for growth, and for something green to exist between the walls. In a way, small gardens are like quiet promises hidden in the city, promises that nature and humanity can exist together, even in the busiest places. Suddenly we came across this cute gingerbread man figure. Magnolias, I think, are one of the most beautiful flowers. What do you think? Now we're entering a low-rise district again, but a different one. These beautiful trees are part of a forest belt. Color plays a quiet but powerful role in nature and in our emotions. We often don't notice it consciously, but it shapes how we feel every day. The fresh green of spring brings a sense of renewal and calm. It feels like a promise that life is starting again. Bright yellow flowers add warmth and optimism, like small pieces of sunlight scattered across the ground. Soft pink blossoms create a gentle, peaceful mood, inviting us to slow down and simply enjoy the moment. Nature seems to know how to balance colors perfectly. There is no excess, no rush, just harmony. Blue skies give us a feeling of openness. Deep greens help us relax. Even the contrast between shadows and light makes the world feel more alive. Perhaps this is why being surrounded by natural colors affects us so deeply. They don't just decorate the landscape, they change our inner state. They inspire creativity, calm our thoughts, and sometimes even bring quiet joy without any reason. In nature, color is more than beauty. It is a language, a silent way the world communicates with our emotions. It's getting cloudy and it might rain soon. Let's go home through the shops where I'll show you Easter decorations and buy some Easter ingredients for cooking. Some shots were filmed on another day. While I'll show you these Easter decorations, I want to talk a little about Easter traditions, its history, and how Easter is celebrated differently in Russia. Easter, or Paskha in Russian, is the most important holiday for Orthodox Christians, the bright restoration of Christ. The name Paskha actually has ancient Hebrew origins. It comes from the Jewish holiday Pesach, meaning to Passover, which symbolizes the liberation of the Israelites from Egyptian slavery. Easter is celebrated on different dates by Catholics and Orthodox Christians. This year, for example, Catholics celebrated it on April 2nd, while Orthodox Christians celebrated it on April 12th. In Russia, Orthodox Easter is strongly connected with traditional foods, especially the Kulich. This is a sweet tall round bread filled with raisins and candied fruits topped with white icing and colorful sprinkles. It is one of the main symbols of the Easter table in almost every family. In Western countries, however, there is no single traditional Easter baking. In some places, people eat cinnamon buns, in other fruit cakes or special festive breads. Symbolically, Easter in the East is associated with spring flowers, painted eggs, and Kulich, while in the West, it is more connected with chocolate eggs and the Easter bunny. Over time, in many Western countries, Easter has become more of a cultural and even commercial celebration. The Easter bunny is not part of Orthodox Christians' tradition. It is mainly a Western cultural symbol, especially in Catholic and secular Easter celebrations. Another important event of Easter is the descent of the Holy Fire in Jerusalem. Millions of believers around the world watch this moment on television every year, waiting to see whether the miracle will occur again. According to the tradition, the Holy Fire appears at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre during a special service. After that, it is carried by special flights to many countries, including Russia, and then distributed to churches across the country. From this fire, candles are lit during the Easter night service and procession. This is Paskha, a traditional dessert made from cottage cheese. I'll tell you more about it later. Let's buy eggs for coloring. Look, there's a bunny printed on it. Right now, Western-style bunny designs are very popular in Russia. Let's also get a kit for coloring eggs. Let's buy marshmallows in the shape of a pineapple. It's not for Easter, it's just unusual, so I decided to share it with you. And let's also buy a boat for Kulich. Okay, we're at home now. Let's have lunch and after that we'll cook Kulich and color zest. Today for lunch I have pasta with vegetable sauce and a piece of salmon. I also have fresh cucumbers and marinated tomatoes. Wow, that's really tasty. Perfect balance of flavors. Now let's begin our preparations for cooking. First, let's open the kit of boats for Kulich. The kit has 5 modes. They all have different Easter pictures. I need to choose 2. Which should I choose? The word Kulich comes from Greek and originally means a round or oval-shaped bread. However, despite its Greek origin, the tradition of baking tall festive bread goes back even further, to ancient pagan celebrations of spring and fertility. In the beginning, Kulich was seen as a symbol of renewal and rebirth. It was a special kind of bread baked only for important occasions, especially Easter. In ancient times, it was made from rich dough, containing flour, eggs, milk, butter, sugar, and spices. It was often decorated with symbols that reflected the meaning of the holiday. Over time, the tradition of making Kulich became deeply rooted in culture and turned into an essential part of Orthodox Easter celebrations. It came to represent joy, family gathering, and togetherness. Today, Kulich is not just festive food, but also a cultural symbol. It is baked in many regions of Russia, and each area can have its own small variations and traditions. Yet everywhere it remains a site of warmth and celebration. We are not making the traditional version of Kulich. We are making lemon Kulich with matsoni and without raisins. Let me tell you our recipe first and then the traditional Kulich recipe. For lemon Kulich you need 4 eggs, 150 grams of matsoni, a traditional Caucasian dairy product. You can use yogurt instead, 1/2 cup of sugar, 400 grams of flavor, 1 lemon, Cowberries to taste. We also need 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and a pinch of salt. First, let's beat the eggs and then add matsoni or yogurt. This is matsoni. Then add the sugar. And after that add a pinch of salt. Let's mix everything with the mixer. Gradually, let's add the flavor little by little. Let's add baking soda. Now let's grate the lemon zest into the dough and then add the lemon juice. Now let me tell you the traditional Kulich recipe. For this you need 600 grams wheat flour, preferably bread flour, 5 grams active dry yeast or 15 grams fresh yeast, 2 cups warm milk, not hotter than 35-37 degrees, 100 grams butter at room temperature, plus a little for greasing the bowl, 5 eggs, 100 grams sugar, about 4-5 tablespoons, 1 cup dried fruits, raisins, dry apricots, dried cherries, and candied fruits. This is the classic base for a traditional Easter Kulich. Now let's add the Cowberries to our dough, and after we mix it, we can bake it. As the Kulich goes into the oven, it feels like a quiet moment of waiting. Cooking is always a little act of hope. You mix simple ingredients and trust that warmth will turn them into something special. Just like in life, we often do small things without knowing the exact result, but believing in a good outcome. The oven closes and inside, time, patience and warmth begin their work. And maybe that's why holidays are about slowing down, creating something with care, and sharing it with the people we love. We need to bake it for 40 minutes at 180 degrees. While it's baking, let's cover the eggs. First, we need to wash them and boil them. The Easter egg is a symbol of Holy Sepulchre, the tomb that holds the promise of eternal life. Metaphorically, it refers to ancient tombs in Palestine, which were often sealed with a stone. According to tradition, the stone at the entrance to the tomb of Jesus Christ was shaped like an egg. Because of this, the egg became a powerful symbol. New life hidden inside reminds believers of the resurrection, eternal life, and salvation. In the lands of old Rus, people were decorating and giving eggs to each other in spring even before Christianity. Back then, the egg symbolized the rebirth of nature after winter. Eggs were often colored red, associated with the sun and the renewing world. Sometimes the shells were decorated with symbolic images representing 3 realms: the heavenly, the earthly, and the underworld. After the adoption of Christianity, the tradition gained a new meaning. Although the old story tells of Mary Magdalene who came to the tomb on the 3rd day after the crucifixion. She had brought eggs in her basket to share with the other women, but when she witnessed the risen Christ, the egg miraculously turned red. Another version says that after the resurrection, Mary Magdalene traveled to Rome to tell the Emperor Tiberius about the miracle. According to custom, she needed to bring a gift, but she only had a simple white egg. The emperor doubted her words and said that the dead could rise no sooner than the egg could turn red. At that moment, the egg in his hands turned bright red. There is also a gentle legend that the Virgin Mary decorated eggs in different colors to entertain the infant Jesus. Sometimes historians suggest a practical explanation as well. During the long Lenten fast, eggs could not be eaten. To preserve them, people boiled and dyed them so they could easily distinguish them from fresh ones. Over time, this practical habit turned into a beautiful Easter tradition. Now let's make a solution for coloring the eggs. For this we need a coloring tablet, vinegar, and water. Instruction is in our kit. You just need to read the instructions. For the solution you need 1 tablespoon of vinegar and 1 tablespoon of water. Let's mix it. Let's drop the tablet into the mixture. Let's add more water. And we need to put the egg in the mixture for 1 or 2 minutes. We are using chemical dyes to color the eggs, but it is better to use natural ones. I'd like to tell you about them. The first option is the onion skin, both regular and red onion skins. This is also the fastest method because the eggs are boiled together with the skins and color at the same time. The second option is tea bags. You can take about 10 bags of black or green tea for 500 milliliters of water and boil the eggs in this mixture. Black tea gives a brownish orange shade, while green tea creates a beige tone with a slight green tint. To color eggs naturally, you need a large amount of raw materials. It also takes patience because the process can take from 1 to 8 hours. During this time the eggs should be turned occasionally so they color evenly. You can also use blueberry juice, coffee, turmeric, hibiscus or red cabbage. Mixing different natural dyes can create new and interesting shades. Often a little lemon juice or vinegar, about 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar is added to help fix the color. Now we need to let the eggs dry. Our kulich are ready. Hooray! Now let's make the glaze for the kulich. Easter kulich is always topped with glaze. Traditionally, the glaze is made by whipping egg whites with sugar, but we will make a simpler version by mixing powdered sugar with lemon juice. First, let's make powdered sugar. Then add the lemon juice. Now I'd like to talk about traditional Easter dessert, Paskha. This time we are not going to fully cook it, but we will make a small imitation. Easter is not only the celebration of the resurrection of Christ, but also a time for creating special traditional dishes. One of them is Cottage Cheese Paskha, a dessert made from simple and accessible ingredients in Russia. but always becoming a true decoration of the festive table. Cottage Cheese Paskha is an ancient tradition rooted in Christian culture. In Orthodox tradition, it symbolizes the tomb where Jesus Christ was laid, as well as the renewal of life. It was traditionally prepared in monasteries, and over time its recipe changed across different regions. Originally it was made with honey and nuts, and in some places berries and dried fruits were also added. At first, Pascha was considered a Lenten dish, but over time its recipe evolved, and today it has become one of the main Easter desserts. Traditionally, it is shaped like a pyramid to symbolize the tomb of Christ. It placed in the center of the table and decorated with ornaments, often including Easter symbols such as the cross, the lamp, or grapes. Now let's look at the ingredients. 1 kilogram cottage cheese, preferably at least 5% fat. Cottage cheese can be replaced with ricotta. 200 grams sour cream, 100 gram butter, 3 eggs, 150 grams sugar, 1 teaspoon vanilla sugar, 50 grams nut, walnuts or almonds, 50 grams candied fruits or dried fruits, optional, a pinch of salt. First, we need to prepare the cottage cheese or ricotta. It should be pressed through a sieve or blended until smooth and creamy. This step is important so the texture becomes soft and without lumps. Next, beat the butter with sugar until soft and creamy. Then with the eggs with vanilla sugar until light and airy, and add them to the cottage cheese mixing well. After that, add sour cream, chopped nuts and dried fruits if you like, as well as a pinch of salt. Mix everything until smooth. Now transfer the mixture in a special Pascha mold lined with cheesecloth. Press it gently so it holds its shape. Place it in the refrigerator for at least 6-8 hours or overnight, so excess moisture drains and the dessert sets properly. Before serving, carefully remove it from the mold and decorate with nuts, fruits or powdered sugar. Pascha exists in different forms across culture. In Russia and Eastern Europe, cottage cheese Pascha is an essential part of Easter, while in Italy, for example, people traditionally bake Easter cakes with raisins and dried fruits. But all of these traditions share one meaning. They symbolize the bright resurrection and the renewal of life. Before we finish the video, since I am originally from St. Petersburg, I would like to tell you about one church. It is called the Kulich and Paskha Church. The photos are from the internet. Look, the bell tower resembles Paskha, and the church itself looks like Kulich, doesn't it? Today for dinner I have a salad and fried potatoes. It's really delicious, I really like it. These are our Kulich and Paskha. According to tradition, Paskha is used as a spread for Kulich, so we will eat in the same way. Perfect together. The day after Easter, we bought two Kuliches. One cost 36 cents and the other 20 cents. What can you buy in your country for that amount of money? Let's spread it with jam. And this is how our Easter day comes to an end, full of light, colors and simple but meaningful moments. We baked Kulich, covered eggs, tasted traditional dishes and shared this special spring atmosphere together. For me, Easter is not just a holiday, it is a feeling of renewal, warmth and quiet. Happiness that comes with spring and with people we care about. I truly hope you felt a part of this journey with me. If you did, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. I would love to read how Easter is celebrated in your country. Thank you for being here with me. See you in the next video. Bye!